5 healthy wild mushrooms you might find in the forest. There is something magical about mushrooms. One day the forest floor looks quiet, and the next day little umbrellas, shelves, buttons, and strange woodland sculptures appear from nowhere. But mushrooms are more than mysterious. Some wild mushrooms are packed with nutrients, fiber, antioxidants, and unique compounds. These have been studied for immune support, gut health, and overall wellness. Mushrooms are generally low in calories and fat, and they can contain fiber, minerals, and bioactive compounds. Today on Natural Earth Living, we're looking at 5 different wild mushrooms known for their healthy qualities. But before we wander too deep into mushroom country, here is the most important rule. Never eat a wild mushroom unless you are 100% certain of its identification. Some poisonous mushrooms can look harmless, and some edible mushrooms have dangerous lookalikes. Use more than one field guide, learn from experienced foragers, and when in doubt, leave it out. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only. Always be certain of plant and mushroom identification and consult a qualified expert. 1. Chicken of the woods. First up is one of the most exciting wild mushrooms to find: chicken of the woods. This mushroom often grows in bright orange and yellow shelves on trees or logs. When fresh, it has a soft, tender texture, and many people say it tastes a little like chicken. Chicken of the woods is a wild edible mushroom that can provide protein, fiber, minerals, and antioxidants. It is also a good example of how mushrooms can be both food and forest medicine in traditional use. But this mushroom needs caution. Some people get stomach upset from chicken of the woods, even when correctly identified. It should always be cooked thoroughly, and many foragers avoid eating it when it grows on conifers, eucalyptus, or other trees. Also, do not confuse it with orange-gilled mushrooms like jack-o'-lantern mushrooms, which are poisonous. Chicken of the woods has pores underneath, not true gills. So if you find a glowing orange shelf on a tree, don't just think, dinner! Think, investigation first, skillet second. 2. Turkey tail. Next is turkey tail, one of the most famous medicinal wild mushrooms. Turkey tail grows in thin, shaped layers on dead wood. It gets its name from the colorful bands across the cap, which can look like the feathers of a wild turkey. This mushroom is not usually eaten like a regular dinner mushroom because it is tough and leathery. Instead, it is often dried and used for tea, broth, powders, or extracts. Turkey tail contains special polysaccharides, including compounds known as PSK and PSP, which have been studied for immune support. Turkey tail is also valued as a source of fiber and prebiotic compounds that may support gut bacteria. But turkey tail has lookalikes. The real turkey tail has tiny pores on the underside, not a smooth surface and not gills. It should feel thin and flexible when fresh, with clear bands of color on the top. Because several shell fungi look similar, proper identification matters. Turkey tail is like the forest's little striped shield: tough, quiet, and surprisingly powerful. 3. Giant puffball. Now let's talk about one of the most fun mushrooms to find: the giant puffball. A fresh giant puffball can look like someone left a white volleyball in the grass or at the edge of the woods. Some can grow huge, and when sliced open, the inside should be completely white and firm. Giant puffballs are edible when young and fresh. They contain protein, fiber, minerals, and antioxidants, and they have a mild flavor. But the safety rule with puffballs is extremely important. Always cut them open. The inside must be solid white all the way through. If it is yellow, brown, mushy, powdery, or starting to change color, do not eat it. Even more importantly, young poisonous Amanita mushrooms can look like small puffballs before they open. Cutting them in half helps reveal whether there is a baby mushroom shape hiding inside. Some Amanita species are deadly, so puffball identification should never be casual. With puffballs, the outside is only the cover of the book. The inside tells the real story. 4. Porcini. Number 4 is porcini, also known as king bolete. Porcini mushrooms are prized around the world for their rich, nutty flavor. They usually grow on the ground near trees. Unlike many mushrooms, porcini do not have gills underneath the cap. They have a spongy pore surface. This is one of the features that helps separate boletes from gilled mushrooms. Porcini can provide fiber, protein, minerals, and antioxidants. They are also deeply flavorful, which makes them useful for adding richness to soups, stews, and sauces. But boletes come with their own warnings. Not every bolete is edible. Some bitter boletes can ruin a whole dish, and some can cause stomach upset. Many foragers avoid boletes with red pores, orange-red staining, or blue bruising unless they are very experienced and know the exact species. A good porcini should be firm, fresh, and free from heavy insect damage. Older porcini can get spongy, buggy, or mushy very quickly. Porcini is the mushroom that whispers, "I belong in a cozy soup pot," but only after careful identification. 5. Wood ear, and finally, we have wood ear. Wood ear mushrooms grow on dead or dying wood and have a soft, rubbery, ear-like shape. They are often brown to reddish-brown and become jelly-like when wet. Wood ear is commonly used in soups and stir-fries, especially in Asian cooking. It is valued for its texture more than a strong flavor. It can provide fiber, minerals, and beneficial mushroom compounds. Wood ear mushrooms are usually cooked before eating. Like all wild mushrooms, they should be harvested from clean areas away from roadsides, treated wood, pesticides, and polluted places. There are similar jelly fungi, so identification still matters. Look at where it grows, its shape, texture, color, and underside. Wood ear is not flashy. It is the quiet little forest noodle that shows up with texture, nutrients, and a very strange sense of style. Wild mushrooms can be beautiful, nourishing, and full of fascinating benefits. Today we covered chicken of the woods, turkey tail, giant puffball, porcini, wood ear. Some are used as food, some are used more like tea or broth, and all of them require careful identification. Because with wild mushrooms, guessing is not foraging. Guessing is woodland roulette, so study slowly. Learn the poisonous mushrooms in your area first. Check the cap, stem, underside, habitat, smell, season, and spore color when needed. And remember, when in doubt, leave it out. If you enjoyed this forest foraging walk, give this video a like, subscribe to Natural Earth Living, and tell me in the comments, which wild mushroom would you be most excited to find?